You know, when you think about the apps you use every single day, you probably notice all the flashy animations, right? The cool features. But what about the silent workhorse that guides every single tap you make? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on the unsung hero of your phone screen. It's a design element so crucial that when it's done wrong, it can break the entire experience.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever just deleted an app because you were so frustrated with it? I'm going to guess the answer is a big yes. We've all been there. You're lost in some maze of menus, you can't find that one simple thing you need, you tap around for a minute, that frustration builds and builds, and then, poof, it's gone. You just delete it. It feels like a personal failure, but it's actually a massive, widespread problem.
And here's the number to prove it, a staggering 70%. That's how many app uninstalls happen just because people find the navigation confusing. I mean, think about that. That's not a small rounding error. That's the vast majority of users just giving up because an app is too hard to use. So this isn't just about a little bit of frustration. This is about failure on a massive scale.
And that failure? Oh, it has a very real cost. Which brings us to the high cost of confusion. See, when navigation is bad, it's not just a minor annoyance for you, the user. It becomes a critical, bottom-line problem for the people who made the app. Every lost user means lost revenue, lost engagement, and a totally lost opportunity.
You see, the whole goal of great design isn't just to make something look pretty. It's to create a journey that feels completely natural, almost invisible. You shouldn't have to think about where to go next. It should just flow. The second you have to stop and think, the magic is gone. And that's exactly where our unsung hero comes in to save the day.
So how do we fix it? How do we make that journey feel natural again? Well, it all starts by introducing you to the thumb's best friend, the bottom navigation bar. Yeah, it's that simple little strip of icons at the bottom of your favorite apps. And believe it or not, it's one of the most powerful tools a designer has, all for a very simple, very human reason.
So what are we really talking about here? It's that simple, persistent bar you see at the bottom of pretty much every major app. Its job is incredibly focused, to give you a one-tap shortcut to the 3, 4, or maybe 5 most important places you'd ever want to go in that app. Think of it as the app's mission control center.
Okay, but why the bottom? This is where it gets really clever. The genius of this is all about a concept from researcher Stephen Huber called the thumb zone. See, our phones have gotten absolutely massive, right? But our thumbs, well, they haven't. The easiest, most comfortable, most natural place for our thumb to reach is right there at the bottom of the screen. It's pure, simple ergonomics. And this perfectly captures the whole philosophy behind it. As product design leader Luke Robliski famously said, obvious always wins. Nobody wants to go on a scavenger hunt, tapping through hidden hamburger menus to find what they need. We want the most important stuff to be visible, right there, all the time. And the bottom bar makes the obvious choice the easy choice.
So, sounds simple enough, right? Just stick a few icons at the bottom and you're done. But there's a real craft to building a great navigation bar. It's surprisingly easy to get wrong. So let's break it down. Let's look at the anatomy of what separates the good from the truly bad. It really all boils down to 3 core principles. First up, ergonomics. Is it actually comfortable to use with one hand? Are the buttons big enough to tap without missing? Second, coherence. Does it look and feel the same no matter where you are in the app? It has to be predictable. And finally, and this might be the most important one, relevance. This bar is prime real estate. It should only have the absolute VIP destinations.
Now, if we zoom in even closer, we see the key parts. You've got the container. That's basically the house all the icons live in. Then you have the icons and labels, which are like the street signs that tell you where each path leads. And maybe most critically, you have the active and inactive states. This is the glowing "You are here" marker on the map. It's that simple visual cue that instantly tells you where you are, so you never feel lost.
And here's a nerdy but super important detail. It doesn't work the same on every phone. On Android, if you're way down your feed and you tap the home icon again, it usually acts like a reset button. Poof, you're back at the very top. But on an iPhone, that navigation is a bit smarter. It remembers where you were. Tapping a tab you're already in just zips you back to the top of that page without losing your place. It's a subtle difference, but it has a huge impact on how an app feels to use.
So, does all this design theory actually matter in the real world? Oh, you bet it does. Let's look at a classic case study from a project management app called Redbooth. They made one simple, powerful change. They got rid of their hidden hamburger menu and replaced it with a visible, persistent bottom navigation bar.
And the results were just, wow, incredible. Look at this. The number of people using the app every single day shot up by 65%. And that second bar? People started spending 70% more time in the app every time they opened it. This proved it. This wasn't just a minor tweak. Making your core features obvious and easy to reach isn't just good design, it's fantastic for business.
So, okay, the bottom nav bar is clearly a powerful tool, a real hero, but it's not foolproof. In fact, it's surprisingly easy to get wrong. Let's look at the common mistakes that can turn this hero into a villain, and then we'll take a quick peek at where this is all heading next.
All right, here's the kryptonite for our hero. First, and this is a big one, too many items. If you try to cram more than 5 icons in there, it just becomes a cluttered mess. Next, inconsistent icon styles. When the icons look like they came from 5 different apps, the whole thing just feels sloppy. Unclear active states is another killer. If I don't know where I am, I'm lost. And finally, things like poor color contrast. I mean, if you can't see it, it's useless. Each one of these mistakes just completely undermines the whole point.
So what's next for our humble hero? Well, the future is adaptive. We're moving away from these static, one-size-fits-all interfaces and into a world where our apps actually learn from us. Imagine your music app. Maybe in the morning on your commute, the podcast icon is front and center. But on a Friday night, the app knows, and it intelligently swaps that for your party playlists. It's a bar that adapts to your life in real time. And that leaves us with this one last really fascinating question to think about. What if your app knew what you needed before you even did? That's where all of this is going. That simple, humble little bar at the bottom of your screen, it's secretly getting smarter every day, paving the way for a future that isn't just intuitive, but truly predictive.